Hello, we are discussing about GATE 2002 EC paper, and this question is a 5 marks question related to analog circuits. Look at the circuit diagram. For the circuit diagram, if you are applying a triangular waveform, okay, it has shown as input VAFT. Then what is the value of V0 of t, and draw the V0 of t with respect to VAFT. Okay, we are going to calculate output voltage at each and every time, and we are going to draw the corresponding waveform with respect to input. So this is a problem considered as two-level clipper. Okay, and we know that one diode is going to be working of diode. Diode is forward bias. A diode is said to be in forward bias if voltage on P side is more positive than voltage on N side. Okay, so just we have to look at the magnitude whether it is more positive on P side or not. If it is more positive on P side, at that time it will be in forward bias. Otherwise, diode will be in reverse bias. So if voltage on N side is more positive than voltage on P side, then diode is reverse bias. Okay. So for example, if you are going with a diode like this, at that time voltage Vp is nothing but voltage on P side, Vn is voltage on N side. So for example, this is minus 3 volts and it is minus 5 volts. Then the diode is going to be said to be in forward bias because minus 3 is larger than minus 5. So it will be under forward bias. Okay, if it is 3 volts and 5 volts, at that time it will be in reverse bias. It may be 0 volts or it may be minus 3 volts, then it will be forward bias. Okay, like this we can decide the diode is going to be forward bias if P side voltage is more positive than N side. Okay, it has given that one diodes are going to be ideal. So now come for the diodes. There are two diodes, D1 and D2. Okay, so if you are looking at D2 diode N side is directly connected with a reference voltage whose value is 7 volts. So at this point this is 7 volts because positive terminal is connected to N side, so it is 7 volts. And D2 will be forward bias. D2 will become forward bias if voltage on P side is greater than 7 volts. Okay, since it is ideal, you can write it as greater than or equal to. So whenever voltage on P side, that is voltage on P side is nothing but this point, okay, is greater than or 7 volts, then diode D2 is forward bias, else it will be always reverse bias. Remember that one. Reverse bias is acting as open circuit, forward bias is acting as short circuit in case of ideal diode. Next, what about the D1 condition? D1 will be forward bias if voltage on P side of D1, that is nothing but this point only, if it is greater than N side voltage. N side voltage is connecting through a resistor towards 5 volts battery. So we must know what is the exact value at this point. Okay, so at this point you can calculate exact value by assuming that one it will be under reverse bias. If it will be in reverse bias, at that time it is acting as open circuit, so simply you are disconnecting this diode. Then what is the effective voltage present at this point? Okay, so now 5 volts you are applying so that current will flow in this direction because current cannot go in this one. Okay, as diode is reverse bias. So 5 volts is giving a current, that current is flows through 1 kilo ohm and 1.5 kilo ohms. Using KVL, okay, using voltage division rule, same current is flowing through 1 kilo ohm and 1.5 kilo ohm. Voltage at 1.5 kilo ohms is nothing but voltage at this point. So voltage at N side of the diode 1, Vn1, voltage on N side of diode 1 is equal to voltage on 1.5 kilo ohms. So 1.5 kilo ohms divided by total resistance is 1.5 plus 1, that is 2.5 into 5. So this will be equal to 3 volts. So Vn1, effectively the voltage presented this one is 3 volts. So D1 will be forward bias if voltage on P side is going to be greater than or equal to 3 volts. Else D1 is reverse bias. Okay. So out of these two things, if you observe, D1 will be forward bias first, okay, and the V0 is going to be connected to Vp. Okay, by that time voltage on P side is nothing but V0. Since forward bias is nothing but acting as short circuit, so that these two nodes are going to be getting shorted. Okay, then V0 of t, output voltage will become Vp, voltage on P side, and by that time D2 will be reverse bias. And when V0 reaches 7 volts, then D1 is also comes into forward bias. Okay, so even then D2 is comes into forward bias. Even though D1 is forward bias, D2 doesn't become forward bias until the output voltage reaches 7 volts. Okay, understand this point. So we are going to calculate, we are going to draw the output voltages based on this point only. Okay, so first step, initially both the diodes are reverse bias. Initially for voltages Vi less than 3 volts, okay, both diodes are reverse bias. So they will act as open circuit. Then V0 will be treated only based on this 5 volts, 1 kilo ohm and 1.5 kilo ohms. So V0 will be struck at 3 volts. Already we calculated the value presented this one, that is 3 volts. Okay, so by that time this is going to be the equivalent circuit. Both the diodes are reverse bias, and this is V0 that we have seen is 3 volts, which you are going to be calculating from this one. Okay, and Vi is directly you are going to get this point. For Vi greater than or equal to 3 volts, D1 comes into forward bias, so it will become short circuit. Whenever it is becoming short circuit, at that time this is short circuit, so that you are going to get this value, and this is equivalent circuit. Now V0 of t is going to be calculated based on Vi of t. So the value is going to be present is 0.5 kilo ohms, and it is 5 volts. This is 1k, this is 1.5k. Voltage at this point is nothing but V0. So voltage on P side of both the diodes is going to be equal to V0. Now we are going to calculate V0 using KCL, the relation between V0 and Vi. Okay, whenever diode forward biases, at that time V0 of t depends on Vi of t. As Vi of t increases, at that time V0 gets changes. The relationship between V0 and Vi can be obtained by using a KCL. Okay, so apply KCL at this point. KCL at this point is nothing but this is going to be acting as short circuit. This will become V0, and this is also becoming V0. Now it will be no more 3 volts. Okay, so apply KCL at V0. That you can write it as V0 minus Vi divided by 0.5 plus V0. Okay, this will be acting as reverse bias, so this branch will not be considered. Since D2 is going to be acting as reverse bias, this branch will not be considered, so we are going for this branch. V0 minus 5 divided by 1k plus V0 divided by 1.5 is equal to 0. If you simplify this one, you are going to get 5.5 times of V0 is equal to 3Vi plus 7.5. This is the equation you will get. Let us assume it is equation 1. So whenever D1 is forward bias, the relationship between V0 and Vi is given by equation 1. So as Vi increases, V0 is also getting increases. At one point, V0 may become 7 volts. So that diode 2 becomes forward bias. Okay. So we assume that. Okay. Let V0 is going to be equal to 7 volts. So D2 becomes forward bias. Whenever D2 becomes forward bias, at that time it is acting as short circuit. So this is acting as short circuit. Already D1 is under forward bias. Okay. And now D2 is also becoming forward bias. Whenever D2 is also becoming forward bias, at that time this 7 volts is going to be becoming over here. This will be constant because it is a reference voltage. That 7 volts is going to be making this point, and this point V0 will be equal to 7 volts always. Okay, 7 volts constant. Whenever D2 becomes forward bias, V0 no more increases. V0 will be stuck at 7 volts. So what is the input voltage? What is the minimum input voltage that will be giving V0 is equal to 7 volts? So that even though the Vi increases, V0 doesn't increase once D2 becomes forward bias. Okay, the Vi minimum to get 7 volts as V0 we have to calculate. So you are going to use equation 1 and substitute V0 as 7 volts. Substitute. Okay, V0 is equal to 7 volts in equation 1 and get Vi value, Vi minimum. So from this one, 5.5 into 7 is equal to 3 Vi plus 7.5. You can get it as Vi minimum is equal to 10.33 volts. 10.5 volts. This you will get it as 10.5 volts. So whenever input voltage is reaches 10.5 volts, that makes V0 is equal to 7 volts, and that is making forward biasing the D2 diode. Whenever it becomes forward bias, V0 will be stuck at 7 volts only, even though the Vi is going to be greater than 10.5. So 10.6, 10.7, 11, 11.5, 12. Till it reaches 12 volts also, V0 will be stuck at 7 volts. Okay. So based on this one, we can write the three conditions. Based on this one, we can write three conditions. First one is V0 is equal to 3 volts for Vi less than 3 volts, and V0 simply follows input. So V0 is equal to 5.5 times of V0 is equal to 3 Vi plus 7.5 for Vi in between 10.33, okay, greater than or equal to 3 volts, and V0 will become equal to 7 volts for Vi greater than 10.5 greater than or equal to 10.5 volts. So these are the three conditions which gives the V0 voltage at any instant of time, and with the help of this one, okay, we are going to draw the corresponding V0 waveform for the input voltage. This is what input voltage, and these are the corresponding values of V0 that we are going to write. So first I am identifying the Vi values. This is, let us assume it is 3 volts. Okay, and next this will be equal to 10.5 volts. 10.5 volts of Vi. So I am writing the corresponding V0. So this is 3 volts. This is also 3 volts and it is 10.5 volts. So if you assume this is going to be equation 1, okay, and it is 2, and this is region 3, equation 3, then this follows equation 1 and it is equation 2. This is equation 1 and it follows equation 3. Okay, so regions can define. Now initially for Vi less than 3 volts, V0 will be at 3 volts. So this will be during first portion, V0 will be at 3 volts. Because during these portions Vi will be less than or equal to 3 volts. Later it is going to be after 10.5. This is what 10.5, for example, by that time it will be reaching 7 volts. So it will be at 7 volts. Whenever input is greater than 7 volts, input is greater than 10.5 volts, output will be stuck at 7 volts. Okay, output will be struck at 7 volts. And whenever input is going to be, whenever input reaches, input is in between 3 volts and 10.5 volts, then V0 follows V input. So as V input is increases, V0 also increases. So we can draw the waveform like this. Sorry. This is okay. This is region 3 till it is 0 volts. 0. So this is the output waveform for the input corresponding. So for the second cycle also it will be taking the same. So this is V0 and it is acting as a 2-level clipper. It is clipping at 3 volts as well as at 7 volts. If input is less than 3 volts it clips. If it is input is greater than 10.5 volts also it clips. This is corresponding waveform. Thank you.